Hi, my name is Darren Swaninger. I live at 28805 Southwest 42nd Street in Hallam. I'm a farmer, and my great-grandfather homesteaded on land that I still farm to this day. I also own a rental property at 28805 Southwest 29th Street, also near Hallam. I live 1 mile from the proposed solar complex, and my rental is across the street from the solar complex. The Lancaster County Assessor has my rental property valued at $405,000, and if the solar complex is installed, I stand to lose over $120,000 of value at a 30% decrease. I'm also concerned that I won't be able to find someone willing to rent the property if my current tenant should move out. I'd like to talk a little about carbon sequestration. I gave him a couple of articles by Kurt Thielen, who is a professor at Michigan State, and I'd like to read a few sentences from his articles. He says, however, what really sets agriculture apart is its potential to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and sequester it in the soil. Science is now demonstrating that agriculture can be a primary solution to the problem of greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. Later, he says, using the above ballpark figures and assuming a typical mid-Michigan corn yield of 180 bushels per acre, we can calculate the amount of atmospheric carbon dioxide corn will potentially assimilate during the growing season to be a whopping 34,679 pounds per acre. In part 2 of the article, he says, this article will discuss how a farmer can latch onto some of the carbon flowing through the plant-soil continuum and hopefully retain a fraction of it in the soil. By implementing carbon-smart best management practices such as no-till and cover crops, most estimates for long-term stable annual carbon dioxide retention hover in the 300 to 1,000 pounds per acre.
This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this,
start eating more of these.
Acre per year range. So I did a little figuring, and if you take the 2,400 acres, which is almost 4 square miles, and multiply it times the 300 to 1,000 pounds per acre, you would lose the potential to sequester between 21 and 72 million pounds of carbon dioxide over the 30 years. I think all the land for this project is already using carbon smart practices like no-till, and some of the land has cover crops on it. Later in the article, he mentions that there are emerging markets that are willing to pay farmers from $10 to $15 per acre for implementing carbon smart practices. He also states, perhaps more important to the farmer and society are the well-documented agronomic and environmental advantages of increasing soil carbon, such as decreasing soil erosion, increasing water permeability, improving soil structure, etc. The last 2 pages of the handout I got from an ADM representative last summer that lists the details of their carbon market program called Regenerations. There is a lot of financial incentive for farmers to use farming practices that sequester carbon in the soil. In conclusion, if this solar complex is built, all of that potential is gone. I urge the board to reject this solar complex. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Swaninger? Thank you, sir.